Kamala stepping up, and
It's
I mean,
Kamala.
not
I don't know why people are so shocked that Biden dropped out. Like quite literally, conservatives, right, were like, "Oh, it should be a crime that they keep trying to make him run for president. He's so old. He's senile. There's cognitive decline. There's he's got dementia. All of these things, right? All of these things that they said. And then as soon as he dropped out, like, why is he dropping out?
No, I won't surprise he dropped out. I'm just surprised, like, all of a sudden people are like pros at knowing everything about Kamala. Like
Kamala.
I didn't know hardly anything about her. You know what I mean? Kamala or Kamala?
Kamala.
Kamala.
Yeah, Kamala.
Yeah, I mean, I had to Google her.
That's great.
You know?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, so when you hit that Google sphere, what did it tell you?
Assistant DA. I mean, I couldn't
Assistant
find like
DA,
what.
DA,
Yeah, yeah, I
Attorney
couldn't
General,
find, like,
prosecutor,
yeah,
senator, vice president.
yeah. I couldn't find like what she really did as VP. But I mean, I know like Pence didn't really do much either. But
Well, that's
I just
actually not
couldn't
true.
find
Like she was the deciding vote on many very significant bills. Not only that, right? Um, as vice president, she works on a lot of these policies, side by side with Biden. It's not like he's doing this all by himself. Because if the president were to die or be sick or anything like that, then she would have to take over. So she would have to know what's going on and be intertwined in said business. You know what I mean? But in addition to that, like while she was a senator, she was the sponsor and co-sponsor of some significant legislation. While she was, which like prison reform, reform in terms of like people being federally charged with marijuana charges. But while she was the attorney general of California, she created the Back on Track plan, which quite literally had people go into work programs, job programs, where they helped them fix their credit, get housing, and get back into the workforce and get get on the right track, as opposed to going jail for personal possession of small amounts of marijuana. The only people that ever got sent to jail under her, I think she prosecuted 1,900 some odd cases. The only people that went to jail for weed charges was 43 people. 43 people, and it's because they had other charges attached to the marijuana charge. It wasn't just simply the marijuana charge. And so, I mean, I think that that's reform. She fought so that they couldn't open any more private prisons in the United States. I mean, in California. She fought for early release of prisoners who were in there for just personal possession charges. I mean, I don't know how anybody could be mad at that.
Yeah, no, I got you. I think people are, I mean, like the border issue, she's trying to take responsibility for, which probably isn't a good idea on her part with all the issues going on, though.
But she's not in charge of the border. That's not her job. The only thing that she was tasked with by Biden was to get to the root cause of why there was such an influx in border encounters. But I don't know why people are so pressed about the border right now, right now, currently, in this moment. We have less encounters at our southern border than Donald Trump did on average throughout his presidency. He had about 2,000 encounters a day. We're down to like 15, 1,600.
On that, though. I think the data is conflicting on that because we've got a lot there's a lot of on the ground analysts that are coming back with a lot of like the Venezuelan prisoners. Like they had an interview with the guy, the prison, whoever runs the prison, and the guy was like, hey, they were so packed, they were letting these guys loose.
Sure, great.
Saying,
they can't. They're not coming. They're not
States.
Coming into the United States.
Oh, but they are. That's
but
the
they're not.
Okay,
so here's the thing, right? We've had 10 million encounters at the border. Well, we're tracking 10 million encounters by October, right? Which is still months away. So we're tracking to 10 million encounters. Encounters doesn't mean entries. It means that they've come in contact with a border agent of some kind, whether it be Department of Homeland Security, whether it be ICE, whether it be, whatever border agencies are at the border. So we've had that many encounters. That doesn't mean entries, right? And in terms of entries, we've had 2.5 million people released into the United States. We've had 2.8 million people expelled from the United States. And that's according to our Department of Homeland Security. And even so, Chris, let me ask you a question. What state do you live in?
North Carolina.
Great. Do you know everybody in South Carolina?
No, of course not.
What about everybody in Virginia?
What's your point?
Do you think that there might be like some rapists and some murderers and some drug dealers in either one of those states?
Yeah.
Do you think that they could come into your state?
Yeah, of course.
Should you build a wall around your state?
Might not be a bad idea lately.
Okay, so we're just going to build walls around everything?
I'm just joking with you, man. No, I'm just saying. I think your data's conflicting, is what I'm saying.
But it's not. But it's not because literally when I watch the congressional hearings on C-SPAN and then I rewatch the congressional hearings and Mike Johnson and other senators from the Republican Party come up there and they keep complaining about the border and then they are asked to show actual physical evidence of the numbers that they're projecting, they never can.
You see the Judge Joe Brown interview about Harris?
I don't care about Judge Joe Brown, bro. I literally don't care about some TV personality. Like, literally don't care.
He says he knows her, though. Like,
don't
he's
care.
Had experience with her.
Don't care. Don't care. I don't care about some TV personality.
Because of what he said, you don't care?
I've never. No, I haven't seen it, nor will I, nor do I care. Like, one of the most accomplished women in politics, by far.
Yeah, I think Montel did an interview, but way back too. I know she dated him.
What does that mean? So I'm supposed to worry about. So if we're gonna worry about who people slept with, what it is? Have you heard what his sister said about him?
You got cut off, man. You cut off for a while.
Have you heard what his sister said about him?
Who? Talking about Trump?
Yeah.
No.
His sister, who's a federal judge. You want me to play it for you?
I got the Judge Joe Brown.
I don't care. I don't care. If you took how much I don't care, if you took how much I care, and you don't care, and you multiplied it times 10 billion, you still have zero.
That's not the argument, though. That's not the argument. The argument is that the only experience she has is sucking dick.
So what? I don't care what the fuck she does with her life. I mean, like, you thought you, got him. How am I supposed to care about that?
She dropped down from defense from DA.
Let me ask you a question. Why are you so concerned? Why are you so concerned with other people's sex life? Like, that's weird. Great. So hold on. She didn't have to be. So she slept with everybody in the state of California. She slept with everybody in the state of California to become attorney general twice, to become the senator, and to become the vice president. Like, y'all are so fragile. Y'all are so fucking terrified by a woman that you have to try to degrade her, you know what I'm saying, dehumanize her. The only experience she has is sucking dick. That's the only experience your mom has. How do you think you got here? How do you think you got here, bro? How do you think you got here? Your mom was giving that Glock 3000.
Hey, the interview ain't for me. These are interviews from other people that know her.
So what? Like, why are you men so worried about other people's sexuality? It's weird, bro. It's weird. Do you walk around and just ask random women like who they slept with? Do you walk around and ask random women who they slept with? Do you do that? Do you do that, bro? Women, choose the fucking bear. Choose the bear. Choose the bear. Choose the bear. Choose them. Choose them. Yo, these men are such losers, man. I don't know how y'all. I don't know how y'all end up with like, literally. You can tell people who have never gotten buns in their whole entire life. You can tell them. You can point them out. You can point out fragile, weak ass men every single time. Every single time.
I don't mind a girl. I don't mind a girl that's the original Hot 2 girl. It's all good.
Okay.
But I mean, the original.
Yeah. Like nobody thinks that funny, bro. It just makes y'all look like losers. That's it. It literally makes y'all look like pathetic losers.
Look, man, she's got no experience, man. Okay, I mean, the only thing y'all can come up with is she was VP.
Nope, that's not the only thing you can come up with. District attorney,
and then we got
district attorney, prosecutor, attorney general multiple times, senator. You know what I'm saying? And then vice president. Like, what have you done in your life?
You can't tell me.
What have you done in your life?
You can't tell
Chris, what have you done in your life? 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 Chris, what have you done in your life?
Own 4 businesses.
Nobody gives a fuck, bro. Nobody cares. Literally nobody cares. Anywho. Tap that screen, guys. Let's share the live out. Let's make sure that we're gifting. Y'all, like, hold on one second, friend. Hold on one second. I'll get with you in just a minute. I mean, it literally does not get more pathetic. It really does not. It really does not get more pathetic than that. Like, you got to be some type of lame ass loser to be sitting around worried about who people are sleeping with, and you're not worried about, you know what I'm saying, like the other person being a rapist. I don't care how much dick anybody sucks. What the fuck am I supposed to care about that for? All the kids I got, I'm supposed to be worried about who somebody else is sleeping with is crazy. Anyways, what's up, Frank? Good morning. How are you? Have you had some water? Say something kind about yourself?
No, the only thing that caught me was when I was, scrolling through it. So you guys arguing about the border, and
let's get to that 100K.
I hear you guys bringing up the numbers of the border since Biden passed his bill, and how the numbers are lower now than they ever were under Trump, right?
Mm-hmm. That's a true story.
Okay.
I'm not a Biden supporter, so I mean, I honestly don't care. I just care about facts. That's all.
It's a true story? Okay, well, here's a fact. It's 120 degrees right now down on the Texas border.
I don't honestly. What is that? So?
Nobody crosses a border or a desert when it's 120 degrees.
That's actually not true. We can actually look at the data, you know what I'm saying, from years prior. So we can look at the data from years prior. We can look at the data from years prior.
Year after year, it's called seasonal.
Okay, let's look at it.
It's called seasonal. The numbers always go down sometime around June. Okay, and they come back up after Labor Day because it's just too hot down there. I know this. I drive a truck. I pick up stuff.
Oh, so you're a border expert because you drive a truck.
No, I deal with the border every day.
Border expert because he drives a truck. That's dope.
Yeah, we ship shit across the border every day. I go through the border checkpoint at least 4 or 5 times a month.
In July of 2020, there was 212,000 border encounters.
Okay, and what were they last month?
Huh? So I don't know. What's 1,600 a day times 30? What is it? 30 days?
And here's the funny thing: since he's passed
48,000, 48,000.
That don't sound right. It's been this way for the past 50 years.
Sounds like Frankie's wrong this time. Sorry, Frankie.
What numbers are you looking at?
I'm looking at how many border crossings there were in July of 2020 at NPR, and this according to the U.S. Border and Customs Agency. U.S. Border Patrol said that there was 212,000 encounters in July of 2020. In July, there's been 48,000. There's been an average of 1,600 a day.
Something don't sound right. That's not right. It's never been.
So I'm not supposed to believe Border Patrol.
It's always been during the summertime.
So I should believe Frank and not Border Patrol.
No, use your reasonable. I mean, you sound like a reasonable man. Who the hell crosses the border at 120 degrees?
People who are escaping, and poverty and poverty and destitute material conditions. That's who. Like literally, if my children were starving, and my family was starving, I don't care how hot it is outside. I don't care what the conditions are. I'm going to do everything that I can to get them to a better place and a better situation. Everything that I can. Why wouldn't I? If I was trying to escape violence and trying to escape poverty, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? At what point would you stop if you were trying to, you know what I'm saying, make sure that your children were okay? Like, at what point are you like, that's enough? Like, desperate people don't care about the temperature outside. I think Frank's trying to run.
Yeah, he is. Where's Frank? I wanted to ask him. He comes what do you say, 4 times a month?
Yeah, that's what he said.
But out of those times, how long does he stay down there?
Who knows?
He didn't even say.
Yeah, he did.
I wanted to get at him because I live down here by the border.
Right. I
live by the southern border of Mexico and Texas, over here in the Rio Grande Valley.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like probably like 20-30 minutes from the border. So who's he talking to? Ain't nobody. I mean, yeah, there's people crossing over, but it's not like people think it is, like it's an invasion or whatever. No,
it's definitely not. Yeah, because when all of those people created that caravan, right, and they went down there to Eagle Pass.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Frank.
Yeah.
You said you go to the border like what, 4 times a month?
All the time. I can't keep exact account and the exact numbers about how many times I've been down there. But yes, I've been down there a shitload of times.
Hey guys, how are we doing this morning?
Hold on one second. They're talking real quick. Nola, we'll get to you in just a second.
I run produce up to the up through the northeast.
Okay, and when you go down there to the border, how long do you stay?
Usually, it depends on how long it takes to get the produce out of the other side. Lately, it's been happening. We've been staying down there longer because they pulled some of the agents off of truck inspection, and the lines to get across the border. Well, I don't go across the border. I mean, I stay on the United States side.
Yeah, I got you.
For some reason, they don't allow us American truckers on the Mexican sides with our trucks.
Yeah, I got you. But
they only they bring the stuff across the border, they load it on our truck, and we bring it out. It all depends on how long it takes customs to clear a load.
So probably like a few hours per se?
No, a few days.
A few days?
It could be
how about
1 or 2 days. It could be 3 or 4 days. So you end up sitting up in one of those truck stops, like if you're down by McAllen, it's up in Edinburgh. If you're in Laredo, it's up about 20, 30 miles north of Laredo. Well, then know what I'm talking about. The Love's truck stop, the TA, they're always filled to the capacity.
Yeah, like I was telling Jones, I live down here. I've experienced it every single day. I don't come here just, for a few days.
So then I'm not lying about coming down there.
Okay, I got you. I'm not saying you're lying. But what I'm saying is I experience this every day, day in and day out. I live down here. And like you're saying, there's like a border problem, there's people crossing. Ain't nobody crossing over here.
Right. I've never seen anybody cross over there. But I have gone to Del Rio or Eagle Pass and watched people cross.
Okay.
I've taken Route 2 all the way across.
Well, thank you. Hey, can I just have a question? I just have a question really quickly. Hey, Frank, I'm going to ask you the same way I asked before. Why do you care? Like, what difference does it make? Why do you care? Why do you care if people come to the United States?
Because these people are taking money away from
no, they're not.
Who deserve it in our country,
no, they're not.
Own country.
No, they're not.
How are they doing that?
Aren't they?
Because you have to have legal status in the United States, right, for a period of 5 years before you can get any benefits whatsoever.
Okay, tell that to New York City right now while they're
okay, so let's talk about what they actually get in New York City. Let's talk about what they actually get in New York City. Let's talk about it.
I got you with New York City. It's my stupid governor that's sending all these migrants over there, and he gets billions of dollars for these migrants being there. But he sends the migrants up there, but not the money
with
them. He keeps the money, but he sends the migrants. And you're talking about human trafficking. He's a human trafficker like a mofo, because he be sending them across state lines.
So let's talk about what they actually get. Let's talk about what they actually
get.
And
now he's saying, hey, Joe, now he's saying that before the DNC, he's going to send a whole bunch of them to Chicago.
Of course he is. So this is what they get. They get a prepaid card loaded with an average of $12.52 per day, per person per day, for 28 days. So they only get it for 28 days. That's it. $12.52 a day. So let's say it's 3 people. Let's just say it's 3 people in a family, right? Times 3. That's $37.56 a day times 28 days. They get $1,051 for a family for 28 days, and that's all they get.
Plus, they're staying in hotels.
They get a voucher to stay in the hotel for the same amount of time, for 1 month.
Right, at $400 or $500 a night.
No, they're staying in hotels that literally nobody else is staying in. Ain't nobody paying $400 or $500 a night. As a matter of fact, that hotel that people were talking about, literally during COVID, got condemned. These are empty hotels.
No, they were not empty hotels.
Yes, they are. Like, why don't you guys actually read this shit for yourselves instead of listening to what Papa, what you know what I'm saying, like Orange Cheeto Dust tells you?
Because we live in New York.
Oh, I thought you were at the southern border.
No, there are.
I thought you were at the southern border, Frank.
I drive a truck, you asshole.
From New York to all the way down to Mexico.
Oh, yeah, because that never happens in the world.
You're full of shit.
You know where I was today? You know where I am right now? I'm in Seattle, Washington.
Okay.
You know where I'm going after I leave here to Seattle, Washington? I'm picking up a load of apples and bringing it to just north of Ocala, Florida.
All right.
That's amazing.
That's not that far.
That's not that. Yeah, try driving 3,000 miles a week.
I have multiple times.
It's not that. Every day.
I wouldn't do it every day.
Last year,
I'm retired, bro.
I put on 175,000 miles.
Good job, buddy.
I get you're gonna.
Good for you.
I get you're gonna tell me I'm lying about that too, right?
No, you good.
I honestly don't care.
I mean,
well, then don't open your mouth to speak like you're an asshole.
Hey, who the fuck are you talking to, buddy?
But I live in New York.
Yeah, shut up. Who the fuck you think you're talking to? Got me bent. Anyways, thank you, Baron. I appreciate you coming up, man. You have a good day.
Man. Yep.
All right. Nola, what's going on, man? You had some water and said something kind about yourself? Nola. All right, I'll just send you a request to unmute.
Hey, good morning. How are we doing today?
What's up, buddy? Have you had some water and said something kind about yourself today?
I have, sir. Thank you for asking.
Glad
so I just wanted to give you a little feedback of what I'm seeing in my community.
Where's your community?
So my community would be in Southeast Louisiana.
Southeast
Louisiana. So I am a Caucasian. Yes, so I am a Caucasian male, age 28.
You're people from the Caucasus Mountains?
Yes, sir. So
no,
my
they're not.
community is primarily.
Where's your family from?
No,
Stop
sir.
it. Where's your family from?
I'm Cajun, so my family would be, outcasts from France, from Canada, down here to Southeast Louisiana.
Okay, got you. So you're not Caucasian. Okay, so you're not Caucasian. You're white. Got it. Check.
I'm Cajun French, but I guess, I'm white.
No,
Yeah,
Caucasian
American,
is a
white,
specific group of people. You're just white. You're not Caucasian.
All right, thank you for informing me.
No problem.
I wasn't so informed on that.
Nah, it's all good.
All right, so yeah, my community is pretty poverty. Predominantly African American. That is my community. These are my neighbors. These are my family members. My whole life. So, what I'm hearing from that community, so I can speak from that community, not myself because I'm not a person of color. But from people that are here in my community, what they say is, their families have been here for 300 years.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Skippy.
American citizens. They're struggling in poverty, and they just feel like they're not getting the same resources as some of the immigrants and migrants.
Sure, that's because that's because media is telling them that that's what's happening. That's not because it's actually what's happening.
Yeah. So we struggle a lot with public education, and I guess the media is showing them things of, migrants getting schools built for them and different type of living expenses.
Can you give me a source where migrants
and stuff? Sure.
Can you give me a source where these things are actually happening?
I don't want to say. Yeah, so I don't want to say I'm a fact checker. So I was just giving you a little feedback of what I'm hearing, so people can hear what people are speaking on in my community.
Right.
Like I said, is the media pushing maybe Fox News, CNN News, talking about the savings accounts and the people on the TV talking about the vouchers and all this stuff. And I think it just puts a sour taste in the poverty community here in the South of people who aren't as privileged as others in the United States. And they're just feeling like they're left out,
And here's the
because
thing,
that's such
right?
a big
Here's the thing.
talking
Like, that
topic
should
in the
be,
media.
right? That should be all of the reason, because it's typically people from red states, from predominantly red states, that are having these issues, right? That should be all of the convincing they need to stop voting in these conservative people who don't care about human beings' existence. These are human beings. Everybody deserves food. Everybody deserves shelter. Everybody deserves access to healthcare. Everybody deserves an equitable education. Everybody deserves that. I don't care where you were born. I don't care what country you're born in. I don't care, what geographical location you happen to be in right now currently. Everybody deserves housing, shelter, healthcare, and equitable education. Everybody deserves that. Everybody should have that.
Yes, sir. I do agree with that.
Thank you, Alicia, for the $10 Venmo. I appreciate your support. You're amazing.
And I think it's just such a hard topic for everybody because, so many people are struggling with so many different things in the United States when it comes economically. And from a humanitarian standpoint, of course, we want to do what's best for the people who are trying to flee, hardships and different situations in our country. But I feel like us as United States that we haven't planned for it as well.
Yeah, so, here's the problem, right? Here's the real problem, Nola.
Putting constrictions on the country.
Great. Here's the real problem, right? Maybe, and this is just a, novel idea, right? Maybe if we stop destabilizing these countries, right? Stealing their resources, using them, their countries as a picking ground for oil or, or produce and things of that nature, then we wouldn't have the influx of migrants, into the United States. This woman right here quite literally worked with Mexico and other Central American countries, as well as major corporations, to invest billions of dollars in Central and Northern South America to start bolstering their economies and building infrastructure in their countries so that they don't have to come here anymore. But that's going to take time. That's going to take time for that to happen, right? But yeah, she had many multinational corporations make contributions and investments in Central and South America so that they could rebuild their infrastructure and their economy so they don't have to come here anymore. But that's the direction that we should be going. But yeah, so we stop, going down and fucking up their countries like Venezuela. We put so many tariffs on Venezuela. There's no way in the world they'll ever be able to dig themselves out of it. The same thing that we did to Cuba. So if we stop destabilizing these countries, then we don't have to worry about the people escaping to come here.
100%. And thank you for that information. And thank you for having me on. I just want to speak on, some stuff that I was hearing in the community down here just to kind of inform everyone. And I hope y'all have a great day.
All right, you do the same, man.
It's a hard election. I think it's a hard election season for everyone.
Shouldn't be. Shouldn't be. Your choices are literally a prosecutor and then a literally adjudicated rapist and a 34 count felon. Those are your choices. That shouldn't be a hard struggle. A person who literally lied about the pandemic, lied about, Trump, the Trump University, was convicted of fraud for that, convicted of fraud on the Trump organization, convicted of fraud for the Trump Foundation, literally stole money from a charity to enrich himself. Like, we have a proven fraudster and somebody who convicts people who commit fraud. I don't think that, it should be that
and
tough.
Those are just, definitely. And those are all facts and those are all proven facts, So it's just for people to go out there and look and see what they agree and what they, choose in their heart. But I hope you have a great day, man. And thank you for having me on.
Yep. Have a good one. There's so many people that are so angry in comments. Like, you can come on up. I'm not going to bite you. I'm not going to hurt you. Just come up. Say whatever it is that you want to say. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. Yeah. I mean, nothing that I've said so far, you know what I'm saying, is inaccurate or untrue. And if you, wish to contest any of it, feel free to, to send me a request. I'll be more than happy to have a conversation with you. For the rest of you, please keep tapping the screen. Please drink your water. Say something kind about yourself. If there's medication you're supposed to take, make sure that you are taking out, taking care of yourself and taking your medication. I watch, news from every side. I literally read everything. She speaks about communion. You mean like that thing that they do at church, like where they have like the cracker and the wine? Is that what you're talking about? I don't know what you mean when you say communion. These people are laughing at me that I told people to take their medication, talking about big pharma. Like, go to a diabetic and say, you don't need that insulin. Like, do you see how ridiculous y'all sound? Do you? Like, honestly, do you see how ridiculous y'all sound? You don't need medication. You don't need that insulin. And then turn around and say, oh, well, Trump was fighting to lower insulin costs while simultaneously telling people not to take medication. Like, y'all can't be on both sides of every argument. You got to pick a struggle. You got to pick a struggle. Oh, man. Johan, good morning. How are you? Have you had some water and said something kind about yourself?
I have, good sir.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. What would you like to add to the conversation?
Well, I'm just going to say I'm voting for Trump because he's a man who doesn't take no for an answer when it came to the
when it comes to women, you
election.
mean?
That too. I'm just trolling. I'm voting for Harris.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate you coming up. Yeah, that's not funny at all. Like, I'm all good with jokes, but you know what I'm saying? Like, the jokes kind of got to be funny though. I don't think that that's funny to, like, you know what I'm saying, to joke about stuff like that. Sorry. Like, absolutely not. If you are a Trump supporter, please go ahead and send a request. I'll make a deal with you. If you can stay in the box without dropping and running, I'll pay you $1 a minute for every minute that you're in here, provided that you don't say you don't say any slurs of any kind. Other than that, well, you can say slurs to me. I don't give a shit. But about any other protected community, I'll pay you $1 a minute. That sounds like a good deal. Good morning. How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. Have you had some water? Said something kind about yourself today? Hey, guys, let's keep tapping that screen. Let's keep sharing the live.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Have you had some water and said something kind about yourself today?
I have had water. Haven't said anything kind about myself, but I will.
Good. What's going on?
Just another day. Getting ready to go into the office in a little bit.
Cool. What would you like to add to the conversation?
Yeah, so I think what I see often happen in politics today is we tend to vote more on personality of the candidate versus policy behind the candidate.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
What it all brings. And I think it's a trap that people keep falling into where, at the end of the day, yes, the president wields a lot of power. They're the president of the free world. They, quote unquote, hold the button hold the nuclear codes and
right.
Commander in chief of the army, blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, they're a figurehead.
Hey Vargas, you got too much background noise. That's why I muted you. Please stay muted while other people are talking. Thank you.
And to me, the initial. So I consider myself a conservative. I typically vote Republican. But to me, you can vote for a candidate. I personally do not like Donald Trump. I would not want to play golf with him. I would not want to go out to dinner with him. But the policies behind his presidency are aligned with what I agree with.
Like what? Give me something.
Sure. I think we need to have less regulation on our companies. I think we need to.
How has that worked out so far for us?
When we have had less regulation on our companies, we've seen innovation. That's why we're one of. Why? How do you shake your head?
Yeah, because it's not true. So here's a perfect example, right? Like Amazon. If I was a small inventor, right, or if I created a product and I place it on Amazon, Amazon has the power to not only replicate that product, but have somebody else make it, significantly cheaper. And I'm not going to be able to fight them in court in terms of like patents or anything of that nature, because they have far too much money and they'll drag me through litigation the entire time while continuously selling, essentially Xing me out of the market. If I wanted to come up with a hydrogen powered vehicle, the same thing could happen to me with these major oil corporations or large automobile manufacturers. They'll literally, take the patent or have their lawyers buy the patent from my hydrogen powered vehicle, shelf it so that they can keep making their gas powered vehicles. Elon Musk, the reason that he's supporting Donald Trump is not that he necessarily cares about Donald Trump, but because Biden passed so much legislation that allowed other automobile manufacturers to get into the market, and his market share has dropped significantly, like cut by 42%. Since Biden has been in office. That's why he's supporting them, because he knows that he's anti-electric vehicles, and so he'll be the dominant electric vehicle maker in the market. So I mean, this idea that deregulation breeds innovation, no, necessity breeds innovation.
No, free market capitalism breeds innovation.
Absolutely not. Capitalism doesn't breed information at all; it stifles it.
How do you even say that with a straight face?
Because that's the facts, right? And I just explained why. I legitimately just explained why. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. I had to. I have auto. Sorry about that. I had a audio issue. Yeah, because that's what facts show us. Like, innovation is bred out of necessity. Now, if like capitalism bred innovation, there wouldn't be 72 different types of fucking Frosted Flakes on the shelves at the grocery store. There wouldn't be 18 different types of Dr. Pepper and Coca-Cola.
Why wouldn't there be? If somebody sees that a product is selling, they're going to want to jump on ship and
That's
sell.
Not innovative. That's not innovative. Why do I have to buy a new iPhone? Why do I have to buy a new iPhone every single year? Why do I have to buy a new iPhone every single year? If it was truly innovative, then I would have something significantly different than in the next ideation of that thing, right? And it would last for a long time. But that's not the case. If it bred innovation, then car tires, would last for forever and not just for a few thousand miles. If it bred innovation, then things wouldn't be created, with the specific intent, right, to degrade itself over time, to be degenerative over time, like computers and televisions and telephones.
Can I speak for a minute?
Sure, go ahead.
All right. So you are pointing to like a. When somebody invents something, right? You invent, like the inventor, you used Frosted Flakes, I think, as an example, right? There's 20 different kinds on the store shelves, correct? The originator of Frosted Flakes did something innovative. If you have a country that is constantly exposed to increasing regulations on business and the ability to freely operate, then you are not going to have innovation. Show me a socialist or a communist country that has innovation. Let's see.
Thank you so much. The cell phone was created out of the technology for cell phones was created out of the USSR. Cuba currently, right, has a vaccination for cancer and lung cancer. Their number one export is quite literally doctors. They are the most innovative people in terms of healthcare on the planet right now. And I mean, I could literally, the insulin was created from socialist policies and socialist ideas. The vaccine, right? The internet, I could literally keep going. Like, all of these things came out of like social based policies where quite literally people pooled their money together to make these things happen.
How good is socialized medicine?
It's great. It quite literally every single other country, yes, every other single country that has socialized medicine has better health outcomes. For one, they have a longer life expectancy. Number two, so yeah, I would say that it's significantly better. Every industrialized nation other than us has socialized healthcare. And in addition to that, they have longer life expectancies than us. Well, all right. Vargas, what's going on, brother? Have you had some water and said something kind about yourself this morning? Guess I'll send him a... Y'all gotta send... Y'all not sending your best. Y'all not sending your best. Y'all gotta do better. Y'all got send better. Hey Vargas, bro, if I sent you a request to unmute yourself, I'm gonna try one more time, and then I'm gonna drop you and do something else with my time. Okay, gotcha. You can re-request some other time, I guess. Jack Breslin, good morning. How are you? Have you had some water and said something kind about yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Hey, I just want to talk about what you got right behind you there, divider versus unifier. Look, I'm not making the argument that Trump is a unifier. I think he's the most progressive politician in the history of American politics.
Yeah.
Are we calling Kamala Harris a unifier? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah. Have you seen the amount of people, that have rallied behind her since Sorry about that. Okay. Hey, please keep our hands to ourselves. We don't put our hands on each other. We talk about this regularly. Keep your hand to yourself. Sorry about that. Yeah, I would say that.
What were you saying?
I would say that the amount of people that are rallying behind her currently would say that she's certainly unifying not only the party, but many people in the nation. There's places right here in the United States of Florida that quite literally were staunch Trump supporters who have now completely flipped to Kamala Harris. Even in the Villages, which is, like a Republican stronghold, they had, their golf carts out doing a whole parade for Kamala once she announced that she was running. So, I mean, yeah, I would say that she's unifying people. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I don't buy that for a second. I completely agree.
Don't buy what exactly? Party. What part don't you exactly? What part don't you buy? Do you want
the fact that there were? Can I speak?
Yeah. No, I'm asking what part. That's all I was asking.
The fact that there were. The fact that there were villagers parading, former Trump supporters parading through the streets in Florida.
Yeah, I'll show you right now.
Their support for Kamala Harris.
Yeah, let me show you.
Show me.
I'm about to right now. Don't you worry about it. I got you. It's hilarious. Oh, hold on. One second. Jolly. Baby, you got it.
Where was this exactly? I feel like I would have seen that somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know why you didn't. I'm about to show it to you right now. Let me mirror my video real quick so that you can see it.
Go for it.
Ready with me while I tell you about it. You guys remember that video? In case you don't remember, don't worry, I got you. Trump tweeted that video. It happened in Florida in a place called The Villages. The Villages are very known to be Trump country. And that video was from a golf cart parade they were having for Trump in The Villages. By what they were chanting, you can kind of tell where they land on things. Well, guess what just happened in The Villages? Golf carts as far as the eye can see, American flags, Beyonce playing in the background, Kamala signs everywhere. In The Villages in Florida, this is real. This is happening. She did this. This person tweeted out, y'all need to understand something about The Villages of Florida. This is Trump country. Yeah, I just showed you the video. We love to see it. This person's asking, is Kamala Harris going to win Florida? But just knowing that this happened in the same place that's had multiple golf cart Trump parades where a guy was screaming, white power. It's huge. It's massive. The momentum is momentum, I mean. And kudos to these people because they know that their neighbors are watching them angry as hell. They know that those people are crazy, and I'm sure they're worried about retaliation from their neighbors, but they did it anyway. Kudos to everybody who showed up. We love to see it.
Do you want to see the actual party they were throwing? Because that shit was lit. You want to see it?
I would love to, because you showed me 2 tweets and 2 pictures.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, let me show you the party. That shit was lit.
Please do. Because right now where I stand, I'm still not buying it.
Okay, no problem.
That was nothing to me.
Gotcha. Nah, that shit was lit. You should see it. Oh, here it is.
Oh, shit, that is pretty lit, actually.
No, you got to see him dancing and shit, though. As soon as I find the one of them dancing and stuff. Dancing to Beyonce. They were dancing to Beyonce. It was hilarious.
Well, like I said, I mean, I think there's a lot of enthusiasm, certainly more than there was with Biden.
Look at all of these golf carts, my guy.
Like, I don't know if these people... I see him, man.
And this was Trump. This was solid Trump country. Solid Trump country.
That's the part I haven't been shown any proof for that yet. That could be Miami-Dade. You know
no, it's not. Here, I'll just show. Oh, hold on. I think I got the. Is this the video? Hold on. Oh yes, this is the video of them.
Okay, yeah. I got you.
Look at this lady dancing. Get it, girl. I love it. I love it.
I mean, that's lit. That's lit. Good for them. They're having a good time. Like I said, though, I still have, like, how do I know that those were former Trump supporters?
Well, here, I'll show you, right? I'll show you. I'll show you. Country.
You get what I'm saying, though?
I do.
It's more the fact that percentage of the vote there has been so skewed to Trump, and now it's clearly showing signs of a very large level of support for Harris. I think that's what he's trying to point to you at.
Are y'all kidding me? How am I getting age-restricted content? I haven't said anything that should be age-restricted. Y'all stop fucking
Do I look too young?
reporting all the time.
I'm 42, y'all. Okay.
Here you go, right here. Not surprisingly, hold on. Not surprisingly, the Villages voted overwhelmingly for Trump. He won by 68 to 32. The post-election atmosphere of the community reflects that of the country as a whole, with the added attraction of a supermajority of Trump supporters, many of whom are intent on perpetuating the former president's big lie. The huge Florida retirement community that still can't get enough of Trump is that exact same community that is now hosting parades for Kamala Harris.
Okay, I have to take your word at that, though. Like, how do I know that? You got to.
How much more evidence do I need to show you, bro?
You need to show me the same people before 2020 in the same community.
This is them.
Okay, like I said, I got to take your word for it, and I don't take anybody's word for anything.
Okay. Hey guys, I got to restart. Hey, listen, Jack Breslin, come right back. Follow this account, come right back. Everybody come right back. I'm literally getting restriction after restriction. I'm so sorry, guys. I'll be back in like 2.5 seconds. Yeah, thanks.
I got to run, man, but you be good.
All right, well, have a good one, bro.